As an alternative installation technique, some utilities use the pole-by-pole method. The pole-by-pole conductor stringing technique requires the following equipment: a cable trailer with braking equipment, 3 sheave cable pulling blocks, a cable pulling sled with weights compatible with the 3 sheave blocks. Other materials used in the pole-by-pole method are the same as those used in the roll-by installation method. To get started with the pole-by-pole technique, on each tangent pole or angle pole up to 6 degrees, install an assembly consisting of a Hendrix tangent bracket, TMG tubular messenger guide with hand line, 3 sheave blocks suspended from an eye-nut used in place of the regular nut on a messenger clamp. Run stringing rope, 1 through the tubular messenger guide and 1 through the 3 sheave block, allowing them to be reached from the ground. These lines will later allow the messenger and cable pulling lines to be pulled through without setting up at the pole. Note that angle poles from 7 to 60 degrees require a PAT1 messenger stringing block. Install angle bracket with insulators mounted. Attach a 3 sheave block to the bottom of the angle bracket. Run light stringing ropes as before, allowing them to be in reach of the ground. For angle poles over 60 degrees, you'll double dead end the messenger. The 3 sheave block and angle hardware are handled the same as before. For especially difficult angles, the block should be mounted directly to the pole. For spans greater than 175 feet, such as highway crossings, other critical areas, or when pulling in over existing circuits, install an additional 3 sheave block at mid-span after the messenger is tensioned. This block will help reduce sag or cable gallop that might be caused by friction or uneven pulling force. As with the roll-by method, take a moment to plan your pull. The maximum recommended length that you should pull with the pole-by-pole method is 4,000 feet. First, pull in and tension the messenger, as with the roll-by method. Set the cable reels at the lead pole. Install a 3 sheave block at the lead pole to feed the cable onto the line. Attach the cables and pulling line to the running sled using swivels at all 4 attachment points. Pull the cable in at a fast walking pace. Keep an eye on the running sled. In the event that it turns over, stop the pull, correct it, and make an effort to reduce your pulling speed. The additional weight on the bottom of the sled helps to prevent the sled from turning over. Also keep in mind that keeping tension up and reducing the sag will facilitate a smoother slide through the 3 sheave blocks. When you reach the end of the pull, allow the conductors to sag in the span approximately as shown on the chart in the Hendrix catalog. Dead end the conductors at the pulling end. Spacer installation will result in taking up slack toward the reel location. So it's important to note that you must install spacers and sag each span before continuing to the next one. Start installing spacers at the dead end, moving toward the reel location, taking up conductor slack. While installing a spacer at a pole, you must install the messenger clamp to the tangent bracket and remove the tubular messenger guide. At angle poles, transfer the messenger and cables from the stringing blocks to the pole hardware and install spacers 30 feet either side of the pole. As in the roll-by method, proper sagging is important. The final conductor sag between spacers should be as shown in the chart in your manual. The sag should be checked periodically. Surplus slack in the span must be pulled up as spacers are installed. Continue to install the spacers until you reach the opposite end.